Hello everyone, we are going to find minimal spanning tree of a graph by Prim's algorithm. We know that a spanning tree of a graph is a tree which contains all the vertices of the graph. In this case, we have this graph. This graph consists of 7 vertices and the number of edges. So we have to find a spanning tree which will contain 7 vertices and 6 edges. And we shall apply Prim's algorithm to find this. There is a graphical approach to find minimal spanning tree by Prim's algorithm. In this case, we shall apply the tabular form of this Prim's algorithm. First of all, we have to construct this table, and if you see that this is a lower triangular matrix type of table where we have considered all the vertices and the corresponding length of the edges. We see that the graph contains no self loop. Therefore, all the diagonal elements are 0. Actually, these elements of the table denotes the distance of the edge or the weight of the edge between the vertices. Here you see that distance between A and S is 2. So there is one edge between A and S and the length of this edge is 2. Hence we have added 2 here. Next we find that distance between S and B is 5. That's why I have written 5 here. You see that distance between S and B is 5. Again distance between S and C is 4, and similarly for all the vertices we have put infinity in case there is no edge between the vertices. As we see that there is no edge between A and C. Since there is no edge between A and C, therefore they have put infinitive there. Similarly, all these values are infinitive. That means there are no edge between the vertices. In Prim's algorithm, we may select any vertex as starting vertex. In this case, suppose we are selecting B as a starting vertex. So first step is we have to select all the elements in the row of B and also in the column of B. And among them we have to find the minimum element. Here we see that the element 1 is minimum, and that corresponds to the column of B and row of C. Hence we shall add an edge between B and C. Here you see that we are adding the edge between B and C. Since we are adding B and C, so in the next step we have to consider all the elements from the row of B and from the row of C, as well as from the column of B and column of C. Here we see that the next minimum element from these 2 rows and 2 columns is 2. That corresponds to the row of B and column of A. So we select this element 2. That means we have to add an edge between A and B. So here we are adding the edge between A and B. Now we have 3 vertices and 2 connected edges. In the next step we have to consider 3 rows and 3 columns. The rows are A, B, C, and the 3 columns A, B and C. Here we are considering these 3 rows A, B, C, and also 3 columns A, B and C. So from these 3 rows and these 3 columns we find that the next minimum element is these 2. Obviously we shall not consider these 2 elements because these are already picked. So the next minimum element is 2. Hence we shall pick this element 2, and this element appears in the row of A and in the column of S. That means we have to add one edge between A and S. So we are adding one edge between A and S. Next we shall consider these 4 vertices S, A, B, C. That means we have to consider these 4 rows S, A, B, C, and also 4 columns S, A, B, C. So from these 4 rows and 4 columns, we find that the next minimum element is this 3. Hence, we select this 3, and this element 3 corresponds to the row of E and column of B. That means we have to add one edge between B and E. So here we are adding one edge between B and E. Next, we have to consider these 5 vertices S, A, B, C and E. That means we have to find the minimum element, the next minimum element from these 5 rows S, A, B, C, E, as also from these 5 columns S, A, B, C and E. So here we find that this 1 is the next minimum element. Hence we select this 1, and this 1 corresponds to the row of E and column of D. That means we have to add one edge between D and E. So here we are adding one edge between D and E. So in the next step, we have to consider these 6 vertices S, A, B, C, E and D. That means we have to consider the 6 rows S, A, B, C, D and E, and also 6 columns S, A, B, C, D and E. From where we find that the next minimum element is 4, which appears in 3 places. First, here in the row of C and column of S. So if we pick this element, then we have to add an edge between S and C. So here we see that if we add an edge between S and C, then S, A, B, C, S will form a cycle, and we know that a tree does not contain a cycle. So we can't add this 4 element. Next element is 4, which corresponds to the row of D and column of B. That means we have to add an edge between B and D. So from the graph, if we see that if we add an edge between B and D, then B, D, E, B will again form a cycle. So we can't add these 4 either. So only one 4 is remaining, that is this 4 that appears in the row of E and column of C. Hence we have to add an edge between C and E. So again we see that if we add an edge between C and E, then B, C, E, C will again form a cycle. So we can't add these 4 either. Next we have to find the next minimum element from these 6 rows and 6 columns, and we find that 5 is the next minimum, which appears in 2 places, one in the row of B and column of S. So if we pick this 5, then we have to add an edge between S and B. So as you see that if we add an edge between S and B, then S, A, B, S will again form a cycle. So we can't add this 5, and only one 5 is remaining, that corresponds to the row of T and column of D. So if we pick this 5, then we have to add an edge between D and T. Here you see that we can add this edge because it will not form a cycle. So that means we are selecting this 5. So now we have a tree, and this tree contains 7 vertices and 6 edges. This one, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges. So this is the required minimal spanning tree. And what is the length of this minimal spanning tree? Here you see that the length is 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 5, which is equal to 40. So this is the length of the minimal spanning tree, and the minimal spanning tree is given in the highlighted part.